Egypt is a country where pharaohs rest in the sands and the Red Sea plays with all the colors of the rainbow. Are you planning a trip? Egypt is more than you can imagine. It's a journey through time, underwater, across the dunes, and into the depths of your soul. It is not just an archaic memory of the past. This is a country that looks forward, develops, and seeks itself in the 21st century, while retaining its unique charm. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We will discover the world together. When we hear Egypt, the first thing that comes to mind is the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx, which are truly one of the most amazing architectural wonders of mankind. But Egypt is a living, multifaceted organism where antiquity and modernity are closely intertwined. Cairo is a city that never sleeps. With a population of over 20 million, it is one of the largest cities in Africa. There are not only pharaohs here, but also skyscrapers, subways, millions of taxis, IT companies, and cafes where you can drink Turkish coffee while reading poetry. Egyptian Museum. More than 120,000 artifacts are stored here, including the mummy of Tutankhamun. But tourists often don't have enough time to visit even half of the halls. Khan el-Khalili is a famous bazaar where you can buy spices, lanterns, souvenirs, and feel the real atmosphere of the East. Cairo is also called the City of 1,000 Minarets. It is the spiritual heart of the Islamic world, but at the same time, Christian Coptic churches and Jewish synagogues coexist peacefully here. The old city is a labyrinth of narrow streets, fortress walls, and colorful doors, behind which are hidden small cafes, galleries, and workshops. One of the most unique and rare landscape combinations in the world is the Egyptian coast, the place where the Sahara Desert, the largest in the world, meets the warm and crystal-clear Red Sea. This combination creates an incredible atmosphere that attracts not only tourists but also filmmakers, photographers, and artists. Hurghada is a classic for everyone. It is ideal for family vacations. Hundreds of hotels, water parks, markets, and convenient infrastructure. Sharm el-Sheikh is for those who love style and drive. Ultramodern hotels, nightclubs, deep bays, and at the same time, excursions to the Color Canyon, where the rocks shimmer with pink, yellow, and purple hues. Marsa Alam is a wild elegance. It is still little known in mass tourism, but it is here that you can swim with sea turtles and dugongs, very rare animals. Soma Bay, Sal Hashish, and El Gauna are for gourmets. These resorts are less noisy, with upscale hotels, ideal for those looking for a balance between nature and comfort. Imagine an aquarium of incredible proportions, filled with live corals, schools of tropical fish, moray eels, dolphins, and even sunken ships. This is what the underwater world of the Red Sea, one of the cleanest and most biologically rich seas in the world, looks like. Visibility up to 30 meters. Due to the salinity and stable climate, the water here is extremely clear. The water temperature is comfortable all year round. Even in winter it does not fall below 22 to 23 degrees Celsius. More than 1,000 species of fish, of which 20% are endemic, i.e. not found anywhere else in the world. Top places for diving and snorkeling in Egypt. Ras Mohammed, near Sharm el-Sheikh. This national marine reserve is an underwater fairy tale with vertical walls of coral, caves, and schools of colorful fish. Blue Hole, Dahab. One of the most famous free diving spots in the world is a vertical tunnel up to 30 meters in diameter and over 100 meters deep. Tistalgorm and Dunraven Reefs, sunken ships. For fans of history and underwater adventures. SS Thistlegorm is a British military transport that sank in 1941. There are diving schools in all resort towns where you can get instruction and make your first dive with a professional instructor. Or just rent a mask and flippers and swim near the reefs from the shore. In El Gauna, Soma Bay, Sharm el-Sheikh. For those who think they know Egypt only through the pyramids and corals. In fact, Egypt has a second face, Mediterranean, European, very stylish and a little romantic. Most tourists go to the Red Sea, but we also pay attention to the northern coast of Egypt, washed by the turquoise waves of the Mediterranean Sea. It has a mild climate, delicate beaches, an atmosphere similar to Greece or Italy, and a completely different rhythm. El Alamein is a resort with a European soul. Located 100 kilometers west of Alexandria. It is a great place for a relaxing upscale beach vacation. There are fashionable resort complexes, yacht clubs, and restaurants by the sea. Alexandria is a city that unites Egypt and Europe, the former capital of the Hellenistic world, founded by Alexander the Great himself. You won't find a desert here. Instead, there are narrow streets, European facades, cafes with painted ceilings, and even trams like in Lisbon. What else does the Mediterranean coast offer? Marassi Marina, Sidi Abdul Rahman are two more stylish and developed resorts with beaches that are not inferior to Italian ones. Mersa Matruh is closer to Libya, a lesser-known but extremely picturesque lagoon surrounded by rocks. Luxor is not just a city. It is the largest archaeological complex in the world, centered on the site of the ancient capital, Thebes. There is more than 1/3 of all the world's known ancient monuments. Valley of the Kings, the necropolis of the great pharaohs. Here, among the rocky gorges, more than 60 tombs have been found, and many of them are still being explored. The most famous is the tomb of Tutankhamun, where archaeologists found a sarcophagus, a golden mask, jewelry, and a curse. Yes, yes. Karnak Temple, the cult heart of ancient Egypt. It is the largest religious complex ever built by humans. Walking between the 134 giant columns in the hypostyle hall is like traveling back in time. Hatshepsut Temple, a pearl of rock architecture. A unique temple carved right in the mountains. It is dedicated to the first great female pharaoh, Hatshepsut, who ruled as a king, dressed in men's clothes and built an empire. A walk along the Nile in Luxor is a must. You can take a felucca, a traditional sailing boat, and sail to the west bank, to the place where the dead live. The colossi of Memnon are two 18-meter statues that, according to legend, sang at dawn. The Luxor temple is smaller than Karnak, but very atmospheric in the evening light. Egyptian cuisine is a real symphony of flavors, aromas, and stories that go back centuries. Imagine an Egyptian table without bread. It's like a pyramid without a top. Ish baladi is a puffy, round bread that puffs up during baking, creating a cavity inside that is ideal for filling. Full medams are not just boiled beans. They are a philosophy. They are simmered overnight to make them incredibly tender and flavorful. Tamia is the Egyptian answer to falafel, but with a twist. Instead of chickpeas, chopped fava beans are used here, which gives them a special tenderness and a greenish tint inside. Kofta, flavorful cutlets made of chopped meat, usually beef or lamb, with spices, baked on the grill or in the oven. Their juicy flavor and intoxicating aroma are simply crazy. Kebabs are marinated pieces of meat skewered on skewers and grilled over an open fire. Smoke, spices, and juicy meat are a real feast for the taste buds. Farag Makshi, stuffed cabbage rolls. This dish is considered a delicacy and is often prepared for special occasions. On a hot Egyptian day, there is nothing better than a refreshing drink. Hibiscus tea is an iced tea made from hibiscus flowers, with a bright ruby color and a sweet and sour taste. It is not only a great thirst quencher, but also has beneficial properties. Tamar Hindi is a drink made from tamarind fruit, with its characteristic sweet and sour taste. Of course, we shouldn't forget about strong Egyptian coffee and aromatic mint tea. Egyptian cuisine is not just food, it is part of a centuries-old culture, a way of communicating and expressing hospitality. Lake Nasser is one of the largest artificial lakes in the world. Created in the 1960s after the construction of the Aswan Dam, it stretches for 550 kilometers, 350 of which are in Egypt and the rest in Sudan. The huge water mirror against the rocky shores is an incredibly photogenic place, and it is also practically uninhabited. It is home to the Nile perch, one of the largest freshwater predators in the world, up to 100 kilograms. Fishing here is meditative, with views of the rocks and sky without a single cloud. It is possible to board a small cruise ship or a private felucca and explore the shores for several days, spend the night in an oasis, and meet the dawn on the water. Abu Simbel, the grandiose temple of Ramses II, carved into the rock with 4 colossal statues. It was saved in a unique UNESCO operation. The Temple of Philae is one of the most poetic temples on the island of Agilkia, dedicated to the goddess Isis. There are no crowds, loud music, or all-inclusive. Unlike popular resorts, you can see crocodiles, pelicans, flamingos, and other birds that have chosen the lake as a place of peace. Ideal for naturalists, photographers, and anyone who wants to turn off the city. Siwa, an oasis lost in time and sand. Siwa is located in the deep western desert, about 750 kilometers from Cairo, almost at the Libyan border. It's not easy to get here, but that's what makes it one of the least spoiled oases in Egypt. Imagine, among the endless dunes, a town suddenly grows up, surrounded by date groves, salt lakes, and Berber culture that has hardly changed in centuries. Shaili is an old fortress made of dried clay and salt, built in the 13th century. It looks like a honey mountain, from which archers and watchmen once looked out. Incredibly beautiful turquoise lakes with extremely salty water. You can swim here like in the Dead Sea. You don't drown, you just lie on the surface. An ideal place for Instagram or just to recuperate. In Siwa, there is a ruin of the Oracle Temple, where Alexander the Great came to receive a prophecy and be recognized as a son of God in the 4th century BC. You can take a jeep and go on a safari to the dunes around Shiva. Sandboarding, boarding on the sand. Swimming in the Bur Wahid hot spring right in the middle of the desert. Camping with Bedouin songs and dances. And the night. The sky above Shiva is a planetarium without a roof. You can see the Milky Way with the naked eye. In Egypt, sunset is not the end of the day. It is a moment of magic when the sky speaks to you. It can be as warm as Bedouin bread, as quiet as a wave in the Nile, or as explosive as a show on the horizon. When the last ray disappears, a bonfire is lit, and music, dancing, and leisurely philosophy under the stars begin. Mount Sinai, Mount Moses. The climb at 3 to 4 a.m. to meet the sunrise at the top is famous, but many people are frozen by the sunset the day before. Today we dove into the depths of the Red Sea, climbed the Moses Mountains and took off on a sandboard. But this is just a trailer for a great adventure. Put a like if your compass is already pointing to Egypt. Write in the comments where you would like to be next time, and don't forget to subscribe, because the most interesting is still ahead.